I'm currently viewing a painting entitled Chop Suey with Jennifer Freund and Amanda Charmel. This painting was created by Edward Hopper in 1929, and it represents a snapshot of daily city life during the early 1900s. After examining this painting, what were your first thoughts?
What really caught my attention was the theme of loneliness. Each individual in the painting seemed to be in his or her own world. I was very struck by the disconnection between the couple in the back. You would think they would be interested in each other. I feel like none of them even want to be there. Perhaps they're trapped and they can't escape.
When first looking at Chop Suey, I am instantly drawn to the conservative couple in the far left back. With their own dark corner of the room, they each made the young girls that much more fascinating to look at. After all, look at the girl in the olive shirt. Her face is practically screaming, "Save me." Although there is a huge gap in age between the couple and the ladies, each group has their own devastating look upon their faces.
I definitely agree with you, Amanda. All of the figures do seem considerably disconnected from one another, yet there is no feeling of tension between them, just utter lack of interest. Hopper does create a feeling of being trapped. The figures seem confined to the inside of the restaurant with no doors out. They don't even have a view of the city to look upon because Hopper has filled in the bottom of the windows. I also agree with you, Jen. Both parties do reflect complete lack of interest and enthusiasm, not only in the other person in their company, but in life in general. It is interesting how you both picked up on the distance and loneliness that fills this painting. Instead of concentrating on the figures within the painting, let's take a closer look at the larger view. Is there anything besides the people that caught your attention?
The lighting really captures how the youth is depicted to be the life of the city. The two young girls are directly in the light and are supposed to be happy, right? Nope. Regardless of the way Hopper tried to make them lively, they were still tied to the room, with the couple in the badly lit corner. The lighting of the painting really accents the quote, "To live doesn't mean you're alive." Both groups are in a vivid city, but they are just not living up to the expectations of the wild life.
I really like the Nicki Minaj quote, Jen. It plays really well into this painting because it relates to the figures. Although they are living, they are not alive because there's no excitement or enthusiasm in their expression or body language. What is your opinion, Amanda?
I think that it's particularly bright in the room, even a little blinding. It's like a fake happiness. Hopper wants you to believe that this is a great place, but the expressions on everyone's faces makes that less convincing. They are also unaware of the outside world. They're almost robotic.
Wow, that's a really interesting take on the lighting being fake happiness. I didn't initially see this, but it's definitely a possibility. I viewed the lighting as being darker inside the restaurant in contrast to the bright lights outside. The dark restaurant goes back to the looming feeling of loneliness that we seem to agree is present throughout this painting. Clearly, Chop Suey by Hopper is not one of his most optimistic pieces.